Hi everyone, this is my video for the extra credit discussion. We had to choose companies that were international, talk about their social media presence, what they can do better, and what they're doing good now. Um, I wrote my talking points on my Surface, so if I'm looking up and down a lot, that's why. First company I chose was Samsung. They are a South Korean based company. I chose them because pretty much you can't go anywhere without hearing Samsung, seeing a Samsung commercial for TVs, phones, etc. Um, in South Korea, they actually have a much bigger presence there than they do in the U.S. They even sell life insurance, which is pretty crazy. An interesting aspect about Samsung is that they use Facebook, YouTube, Pinterest. They don't use Instagram or anything like that, but a lot of times people will use hashtags, um, which basically gains attention to Samsung via that way. Um, Another interesting aspect about Samsung is that they are pretty much a monopoly in South Korea, whereas it's a little more competitive here. Um, they have what's called J-Bulls, and they're essentially the heirs to the company. Kind of like we have here with like Donald Trump and his kids, but it's a little bit more serious over there because they are expected to take over without really having an option to say no. And a good point about that is that because they're closer to our generation and there will be more generations of those heirs, they are more attuned to social media, how to use it, what should be done, what needs to be changed, so on and so forth. Um, the next company I chose was Logitech. They are actually a Switzerland-based company, which I actually didn't know. Um, Me working at Best Buy, we have Logitech everywhere. Logitech keyboards, mouses, gaming pads, computer parts, even headphones. So Logitech is obviously a technology-based company, of course. Um, they use Facebook, they use Pinterest also, as well as YouTube. Their YouTube presence is actually a lot higher than their use of Facebook, which I thought was really interesting. They have commercials pretty much for everything. They even have sections for just mouses, a section for just gaming, keyboards, etc. Kind of like how Apple has their whole commercial division set up too. Um, I think one thing Logitech could do a little bit better is to utilize Facebook a bit more. They'll post things every now and then, it seems, but YouTube is where most of their action is at. And the last company I chose was Toshiba. They are a Japan-based company. Another reason I chose Toshiba is because, again, working at Best Buy, a lot of people, when they come in shopping for computers, they when I tell them about Toshiba and how great their computers are, a lot of times people will say, "Oh, Toshiba, I've never heard of them before. Are they a good brand? Are they a good company? Where are they from?" Etc., etc. So I usually have to tell people they are a Japanese-based company. They've been around for quite a long time now. They even make TVs as well as a couple of electronics as well. Um, but again, it comes down to the fact that most people, most American consumers, don't really know the Toshiba brand that well. Now they do have pretty much the same as everybody else, a Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. Um, their Facebook is where most of their attention is going to, which is good, but at the same time, I think they could be doing something a little bit more to gain more attention. It doesn't seem like they have a consistent following, I guess would be the word. Their YouTube is also a little bit lacking. Um, I think they need to step that up as well if they want to get more attention and more brand recognition uh, because they make really great products, but the problem is that people don't know about them. Um, I think that even though it's not really social media part, but I think Toshiba needs to start making more actual commercials. You'll see Logitech commercials, you definitely see Samsung commercials, but I can't even remember seeing a Toshiba commercial ever, just about, unless I went on YouTube just to look up something. Um, so those are the companies I chose. I had trouble narrowing it down, so I figured I would choose companies doing well, companies doing bad, and company in the middle. So that is my extra credit post, and I look forward to seeing everybody else's. Have a good night.